that, of course, is a story for another day, and I'll see you, and we'll talk about that down the road. Welcome, wrestling fans. You got the show, Bill Schuyler, here at 1WRESTLING's NXT News and Reviews. Let's get right into it. We are at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Sold out, 15,589 rabid NXT wrestling fans. We open up with a match that you thought we'd never see in a WWE ring. That was a IWGP former champion, WCW former cruiserweight champion. I am talking about New Japan Wrestling's legend, Jushin Thunder Liger, going up against Prince Pretty Tyler Breeze. And it opened up with a catwalk of models with all kinds of gear upon themselves, showing the city of New York. And finally, Prince Pretty himself came out, decked out in all kinds of furs, looking like he just came off of a lion hunt, if you will. He had his selfie stick with him, taking the shots, get into the ring, and Jushin Thunder Liger dominated this match, hitting every big move in his repertoire except for, and this I really wanted to see it, but he did not use his 450 splash. This was a time that will be remembered as a monumental moment in NXT and WWE history, because this is going to lead up to some type of arrangement, some type of working deal with New Japan Pro Wrestling and the WWE, because this is not the end between Jushin Thunder Liger and Tyler Breeze. That's right, Tyler Breeze did his best, but his best was not good enough on this night. And as Thunder Liger hit him with the Shomate open palm, and then a running, hit him with the Liger bomb for the pin, the 1, the 2, and the 3, Jushin Thunder Liger was on fire, and the legend defeating Tyler Breeze here in Brooklyn, New York. And it was just an entertaining match from beginning to end. You had Liger mocking and making fun of Tyler Breeze's different moves that he did, even grabbing hold of the selfie stick for a pic of himself. And this match was a great way to kick off TakeOver Brooklyn. We then had the tag team titles on the line coming up. The VAUDEVILLIANS with, I'll save it for you because it's a surprise. We had the VAUDEVILLIANS going up against Alexa Bliss and Team Bam, Blake and Murphy. They had been talking all week about having something to divert, to keep Alexa Bliss from interfering and causing the VAUDEVILLIANS to lose yet another match against Team Bam. As they all got to the ring, Alexa Bliss said, apparently it looks like you got nobody. Like I said, you would have nobody. And then the music hit, and it was Blue Pants City. That's right, Leva Bates, old Blue Pants herself, and this crowd was off the chain chanting Blue Pants City. And she made it to the ring, and it kicked off, and we had an amazing tag team title match. These guys going back and forth, and I chose to have Team Bam retain their titles. I didn't think the VAUDEVILLIANS would pull it off, but they did with the Whirling Dervish. And your new tag team champions for NXT are the VAUDEVILLIANS of Gotch and English. And that's two that I'm off with, because I also picked Tyler Breeze to win over Jushin Thunder Liger. My God, who would have thought that the WWE would allow an outsider to come in and defeat one of their superstars on a major show in front of millions? It's, again, something you got to see this. If you haven't seen TakeOver Brooklyn, get it together. Get it on the network. You can check out every NXT TakeOver from the first all the way up until this one here in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. SummerSlam, which is coming up this weekend with them, depending on when you're watching this video. And it's just, I'm not going to go into selling the network for you. $9.99 should tell you all you need to know. Then, did we possibly get a glimpse of the rumored Balor Club arriving together into the arena earlier in the evening? That's right, the Balor Club sounds similar to the Bullet Club, the faction that Finn Balor created as Prince Devitt in New Japan Pro Wrestling. The t-shirts have been made. The name has been taken over and owned outright by the WWE. And who arrived with the champ? None other than Neville and Cesaro. If these three were to become a faction of the Balor Club, these three alone would be monumental. And the WWE seems hooked on this three-man, three-women gimmick. Myself, it's time that we broaden that out a bit. I'd like to see a 4 or 5-man faction taking control and kicking tail and taking names here in NXT and the WWE's main roster, and starting out with Finn Balor, Cesaro, and Adrian Neville is a good start as far as this fan is concerned. We then had the perfect 10. That's right. Ty Dillinger going up against the hugely pushed oh my God, I can't even get it out. Just put it this way. Apollo Crews is making his debut. The push for him has been off the charts. The former Yuha Nation, if you know him from the Indies, which I've seen the guy a few times, I've actually spoken with him a couple. He is outstanding in the ring, and standing at 6'1", 265 pounds, he can fly over the top rope to the floor. He could do a 450 splash off of the turnbuckle. He also does flying clotheslines off the turnbuckle, and his finisher is a gorilla press drop, then followed up by either a standing moonsault or a standing 450 splash. Yeah, that's right, I said it. This guy has it all. But the match here, this was a great showcase for both men, with Crews getting, no surprise here, the bigger push and ultimately the win. But Ty Dillinger shouldn't have his head hung too low as he went toe-to-toe with Apollo Crews. Again, you just knew Apollo Crews wasn't going to lose this match. I mean, just the fire in his eyes when he hit the ring, when he came down the ramp. I mean, it was the man's birthday on top of it with his debut. Apollo Crews was just destined to win. And he did with that gorilla press drop and the standing moonsault. And again, your winner, Apollo Crews, in his debut match. We then had Stephanie McMahon coming out, announcing the official sellout for the crowd here at the Barclays Center was 15,582 fans. And she introduced the NXT Women's Championship match, that being Bayley going up against the NXT Women's Champion, Sasha Banks, the boss herself. Both women getting main event entrances, and the trash talking started off right away, and then Bayley just speared Sasha and attempted the pinfall. Obviously not getting it at that point. These girls sold everything in this match, hitting each other with their entire moveset, and it's just a match that you have to see to appreciate it. I cannot call everything that happened in this match because there was too much going on. What I will call is this: Match of the Year candidate. That's right, I said it. Match of the Year candidate. 2 women from NXT showing the world what the real women of NXT. That's right, I'm talking about the girls who came up from the beginning, not just appearing out of the main roster. These women of NXT, and Bayley being part of the 4 horsewomen. I'm talking Charlotte Flair, I'm talking Sasha Banks, we're talking Bayley, and we're talking Becky Lynch, let alone the former NXT champion up there on the main roster, part of the PCB with Charlotte and Becky. You just have to see that the women in NXT mean business. Paige being that former NXT champion up on the main roster. We then had Samoa Joe versus Baron Corbin. Samoa Joe took it to Corbin from Jump Street, not letting the big man get a hold in whatsoever. It was strikes and kicks and submission holds. Then Corbin, he put a little gas on the offense, but Joe took control again, attacking the Lone Wolf with a flurry of fists and kicks, forearms and elbows, and so much more, and numerous submission attempts. Corbin attempting a comeback but could not get it done. Joe even thwarting the attempted end of days finisher by Corbin, and Joe engaged his Coquina clutch, and Corbin struggled, refusing to tap out, trying to get to the ropes, could not make it, and passed out. The referee calling for the bell, and Samoa Joe gets the win, the big win, over Baron Corbin via submission. We then had our main event of the evening. This would be one Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor in a return match from Tokyo, where Kevin Owens lost the NXT title to Finn Balor. Kevin Owens, former NXT champion, former US champion, going up against each other in a ladder match. This was Kevin Owens' choice, and it was approved and allowed by General Manager Steven Regal. This being Finn Balor's first ever ladder match in his entire career, which is mind-blowing, but, you know, basically being in Japan and in the UK, you don't see these type of matches that often as we do here in the North America, Canada, United States. And besides that, the Demon entrance came off so huge, so much better in the big arena setting of the Barclays Center. It looked unreal. And this was an action-packed, great in-ring story being told. And, you know, for Balor's first ladder match, you'd never know it. This, of course, he was not a normal ladder match as you've seen. The ladder was not used that much at all. There were some attempts of climbing up and drops off the ladder and the like, but it wasn't one of those great 5-star ladder matches that fans have been used to with Kevin Owens and other superstars in the past, like the Hardys and Christian and Edge and on and on. But these guys left it all in the ring, and Finn Balor hit his coup de grace on Kevin Owens for the win, with Kevin Owens being Raw bound, and Balor here should be in the early stages of a monumental championship run and a story arc in the NXT universe. It's going to be an exciting time in NXT. This, my friends, was the entire rundown on TakeOver Brooklyn. It was a fabulous, fantastic, tail-kicking show from beginning to end. There wasn't a dud in the magazine at all. Every one of these firing on full blast. Again, I am the show, One Wrestling. You can follow me on Twitter at YouGotTheShow. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, and check out Bill Apter at Apter 1WRESTLING. That's right, the legend, the wrestling icon, and the author of the forthcoming book, Is Wrestling Broken? I'm sorry, Is Wrestling Fixed? I Didn't Know It Was Broken, which you can get on Amazon and at your favorite bookseller. Again, One Wrestling is the place to be. You can check out Andre_Corbeil, Big Ray of Big Ray's show, Billy Ray Hustle, my partner at Hustle and Show Go Old School. This again was a show for the ages, one of the best takeover shows, although I will say this, it is not the greatest takeover show. That's a story for another day, picking out who and where gets that accolade of being the best. It's something I'll have to work on for who was the top 5 takeovers. Let them build this up a little bit. But other than that, I am the show. Follow me here. Follow all of us at One Wrestling. And with that, I'll see you down the road.